for a second.
Welcome to each and every one of you, and thank you for sharing this time here today to participate in this gathering and celebration to honour Jen's memory. For all that are live streaming far and wide, we welcome you. It's a time that we wish that we could all give each other a hug or give some warmth to each other, and we know that your hearts are with us, although you can't be physically with us today. To the family that are far and wide, we welcome you. To the friends that are here, especially friends in Australia, Jen thought of you as family as well, so please feel that you are part of today, and we can feel your love and your warmth. Friends, Jen was a very special lady. While chatting with Bobby gave me an insight of this amazing woman with exceptional qualities. Beauty, generosity, love, giving, kindness and courageous. A woman who was always a giver right to the end. One who was thoughtful of others, thinking of what others needed, even while being very, very sick. She had a heart of gold. There are touching words that are written by Elizabeth Kubler-Ross, and I believe that they're significant for today. And the words read, "Inner beauty is everything. People are like stained glass windows. They sparkle and shine when the sun is out, but when the darkness sets in, it is then that their true beauty is revealed, only if their light is from within." And Jen had a lot of light from within. Jen fought the hugest of battles with every fibre of her being. Her love for you was inspiring, and now it will be our honour to do Jen proud. You've all come here to support each other as you pause to remember a very special woman in your life. Each of you have in some way played a part in Jen's life. So this celebration for Jen is for her, but it's also for you as we gather together to share this time with each other. Death in a number of ways unites us all, and Jen's death for a time allows that each one of us put aside all our important day-to-day tasks to unite ourselves with each one here, as well as those of live streaming. And we share in the common bond of love and friendship for Jen. It is at a time like this that we stop the onrush of life and we pause for a little while and reflect. And when we think about Jen's life, there is a lot to reflect upon. The way Jen lived her life with strong family values and morals, being an adoring mum, always the giver, making sure that there is a village supporting her children, caring for all of those around her. It is a clear message to you all to live a fuller and more meaningful life of your own. And because you all loved and respected her, her passing causes us to get our own set of values into the true perspective. Jen's life leaves an indelible imprint in your hearts and in your memories. And we find comfort in knowing that our lives have been enriched by sharing Jen's life and her love. Friends, I've been invited to share a little bit about Jen by her family, and I thank you all for this honour today. In honour of Jennifer Maria Ruru Petty Taylor, and we know her as Jen. Jen's parents were young when they had her and her siblings. Her beautiful Nana, which is Morhe, whose name was shortened to Nana Moo for her more cause, played a significant role in their upbringing until she passed when Jen was 7 years old. Jen's middle name is Ruru Petty, and it was gifted to her by her Nana Moo. Jen was a special little girl to all at Nana's church, with the congregation affectionately calling her our little Betty. Jen, like any child, would become indignant and say to her Nana, "No, that's not my name." And her Nana would just look at her adoringly and say, "You are Nana's little Betty forever." Despite her short time with her Melkors, her Nana's loving Christian values were instilled in Jen through Sunday school classes and by her Nana Moo's example. Qualities such as kindness and empathy, caring, forgiveness, understanding, they were all exemplified through Jen's actions and her words. Jen was the first female grandchild and was the eldest of her siblings. She had the confidence that comes with being the eldest child. Jen was brave and courageous in that she would give everything a go, and she would wholeheartedly believe that she could do anything she set her mind to. No matter what she did, Jen did it to a very high standard. Her attention to detail was second to none. Jen was fiercely protective of her siblings and her cousins, and she would look out for them and were always there for them from those early years right throughout their lives. Family was everything to Jen. Jen was always looking out for people. She had an innate ability to feel their troubles, and she would help them meet their needs. She would do this without prompting and with no fanfare. She was a giver and a carer, but most of all, she was an organiser. Jen got shit done, right to the very end. Jen became a mum for the first time at the age of 18 with the arrival of her son Winton. And Winton was the first Morcor. Her daughter Siobhan came along 3 years later. She was a besotted and loving mother whose children were her whole world. As the children grew, Jenny took on some hobbies. She was always good at all things mechanical. She did a night school class to learn how to fix appliances, and it was clear that she had an aptitude for it. She was encouraged to take on further studies and to become an electrician. Jen was the only female apprentice and then the only qualified female electrician. She knew that she would have to work hard to prove herself, and boy, she worked hard. She had an amazing work ethic. Jen also worked as a telco, installing telephones throughout Sydney. Her work was labour intensive and was a testament to Jen's strength. She would jackhammer the concrete, dig holes, lay cabling, install the wiring, connect the phones, build the phone box, and then lay the pavers to finish the job off, all to the highest of standards. Old ladies and even men would stop and commend her on her doing this type of work, and they were impressed with her abilities. Jen's physical strength as well as her mental strength would serve her well throughout her life and through the toughest battle with the cancer that would ultimately take her life. Jen's travels as a telco took her to some of the most beautiful parts in Sydney, and she eventually settled on the Central Coast as it reminded her of the Bay of Islands in New Zealand. She would cover a number of occupations: electrician, telco, security officer, cleaner, and self-employed contract cleaner. Each of these jobs added to Jen's diverse skills and the broad group of friends and acquaintances that she met along her life's journey. Jen could connect with anyone, no matter their status. She had an awesome sense of humour and had some amazing comebacks. Jen had no airs or graces, and she was genuine and sincere in all her dealings and actions. Life takes some twists and turns, and although Jen lost contact with Winton and Siobhan for a period of time, they were always in her heart, and she loved them unconditionally. After a time, the younger two came along and they helped Jen's pain. Her youngest son, Lakota, and daughter, Flavia, were adored, and all Jen's motherly love was poured into them. Jen longed to reconnect with Winton and Siobhan, and the one positive out of all this misery of her illness is that's what happened. They connected with the young ones too, which Jen was so happy about. Jen's children were her life. She fought so hard and so long to stay for them, and Jen endured so much pain, and yet she remained positive and kind, with her heart full of love right up to the very end. Jen was so blessed to have Sonny and Jackie as the loving and trusted guardians of her precious children, Lakota and Flavia. She left knowing her babies will be loved and cherished. She left knowing Winton and Siobhan were back in the fold and that her whānau would be the village. Jen's memory will live on through her beautiful children, Winton, Siobhan, Lakota and Flavia. Jen's siblings, Bobby, David, Tracy and Bob, thank her for being the kindest sister that they could ever want. They will love her and miss her forever. May she be united with the beloved late Mother Carolyn and Sister Margaret. Jen, you were loved and cherished by all of your family and friends. You were Nana Moo's little Betty, who had a smile a mile wide as a little girl, and this remained with you till your very last day. You will remain in our hearts forevermore, and goodbye, Jen, until we meet again, and rest in love. Beautiful music. Friends, I've been invited by Siobhan to share memories from her and a beautiful poem, and I thank you so much for that honour. The poem reads, "When tomorrow starts without me and I'm not there to see, if the sun should rise and find your eyes all filled with tears for me, I wish so much you wouldn't cry the way you did today, while thinking of the many things that we didn't get to say. I know how much you love me as much as I love you, and each time that you think of me, I know you'll miss me too. But when tomorrow starts without me, please try and understand that an angel came and called my name and took me by the hand, and said that my place was ready in heaven far above, that I'd leave behind all of those I dearly love." Beautiful verse. Siobhan says, no measure of time could ever be enough, and no amount of memories will be as comforting as your presence. For the time I was blessed with and the chats that we had, I will forever cherish them with my heart. For the longest time I denied who I was and tried to fight away our similarities. But there's no denying who I am. I am your daughter, and you are my mother. You have shown me such kindness, love, and affection, even in your darkest moments. You have forgiven me in ways that I don't deserve, and without knowing, you mended my heart with your praise, your understanding, and your love. Throughout our chats, you always wanted to make sure that even after this, we will all be okay and be able to find our happiness. In a way that we might deny that, because not having you physically here to attest to that and share it with makes this the hardest day of my life. To not hear your laugh or share your smile will always make me miss you. Your love for all, kindness, and to protect all those who you love is something for all of us to hold dearly. Your strength resonates in those who you love and have touched. Your character is defined in the resilient nature and values that you taught us kids. There is no denying the love of a mother. And God, this is unfair to have you taken from us in a time when no one was ready to say goodbye. The anger and frustration of pain, of missing you, will always be hard to accept, but even you would say that time will heal and we will get stronger. For a woman who had to fight the odds and go through life whilst being ready to take on any obstacle is something to admire. You've gracefully done your best to not only raise all four of us, but also dealt with our ever-changing personalities. Stories of hearing you chasing Kota down the street or Winston around the house with a wooden spoon that one time just proves how insanely patient you are. It meant so much to have all of us brought together again, and now to be there for one another for forevermore. The sun won't burn as bright, and the dark will linger for a little longer. But day to day, in your memory, we will strive through. We will remember and will carry on. You've been a hero to so many, and the backbone of courage as well. Rest in love, Mum. For you will strive on and love with. For you, we will strive on and love with passion. Be just with our judgments and encourage with patience, just as you have taught us. If there comes a day when we can't be together, keep me in your heart and I'll stay there forever. Siobhan, thank you very much for allowing me to share your words. I know that all of you in live streaming and all of you here will have some wonderful memories of Jen, so please allow this to be an opportunity to remind yourselves of the wonderful times that you've shared with Jen that puts a big smile in your heart.
And I never thought I'd feel this way. And as far as I'm concerned, I'm glad I got the chance to say that I do believe I love you. And if I should ever go away, well then close your eyes and try to feel the way we do today. And then if you can remember smiling, keep shining, knowing you can always count on me. For sure, that's what friends are for good times and bad times. I'll be on your side forevermore. That's what friends are for.
Well, you came and opened me, and now there's so much more I see. And so by the way, I thank you. Oh, and then for the times when we're apart, well, then close your eyes and know the words are coming from my heart. And then if you can remember, oh, keep smiling, keep shining, knowing you can always count on me. For sure, that's what friends are for. In good times, in bad times, I'll be on your side forevermore. Oh, that's what friends are for. Keep smiling, keep shining, knowing you can always count on me. For sure, that's what friends are for. For good times and bad times, I'll be on your side forevermore. That's what friends are for. Keep smiling, keep shining, know you can always count on me. Oh, for sure, 'cause I tell you that's what friends are for. Oh, good times and for bad times, I'll be on your side forevermore.
That's what friends are for.
Yeah.
Only for sure.
I don't need for sure, I don't need for sure.
That's what friends are for. Keep smiling, keep shining.
Fairies? Little fairies? Well, where did that bright light come from, Auntie? Right?
I've been dreaming friendly faces. I've got so much time to kill. Just imagine people laughing. I know someday we will. And even if it's far away, get me through another day. Cover me in sunshine, shower me with good times. Tell me that the world's been spinning since the beginning, and everything will be alright. Cover me in sunshine. From a distance, all these mountains are just some tiny hills. Wildflowers, they keep living high. They're just there. I've been missing yesterday. What if there's a better place? Cover me in sunshine, shower me with good times. Tell me that the world's been spinning since the beginning, and everything will be alright.
beautiful memories, and what a magnificent tribute for a beautiful lady. Friends, I've been invited to share family members, whānau members, messages, and thank you so much for allowing me to do this for you. This is a message from Auntie Tay in New Zealand. Hi, Auntie Tay. To my dearest, beautiful Jen, my heart is pounding pain, but eases knowing that you are now free. We shared many wonderful memories. I used to tell my kids that we went to school together, even Sunday school. We went everywhere together, and you were like my little sister. When I met my children's father, you became the little I spy for your mum and aunties, but I still loved you. My recent memory was not so long ago when we became room buddies at home and at the hospital. We shared many stories, day and night, a few tears here and there. Have a little nanny nap and then away we go again. Memories I will hold close to my heart and cherish forever. You were a pillar of strength. Fly high, Jen. I'm sure that they're all waiting to welcome you with open arms into the pearly gates of heaven. Love you forever. Aror ha ni nui mo a ke tōnu atu. No they rā moi mai rā. Message from Uncle Adam. Thank you, Jen, for welcoming back into the family and for staying connected. And from Winton. Mum, you taught me how to be strong and thick-skinned. You always wanted me to rise above and forgive. I will try every day to be a man that you can be proud of. And Dan. Jen was someone who made time for everyone. She gave generously, unconditionally, for no or little return. She was always a willing ear. Jen adored and cared for all children. Thank you, Jen, for being so caring and nurturing to not only my children, but also my grandchildren. And Jess. Jen, it's because of you that I am happy every day. You raised an amazing son who I am fortunate enough to call my husband. Thank you for welcoming me into your family in such an accepting and loving way, and for always considering me as one of your own. I have been truly blessed to have had you as a mother-in-law. And we thank you all for your messages of love. Friends, at this time I invite you to come and share a flower of remembrance with Jen.
Tell me, what does it look like in heaven? Is it peaceful? Is it free like they say? Does the sun shine bright forever? Have your fears and your pain gone away? 'Cause here on earth it feels like everything good is missing since you left. And here on earth everything's different. There's an emptiness. Oh, I hope you're dancing in the sky. I hope you're singing in the angels' choir. And I hope the angels know what they have. I'll bet it's so nice up in heaven. since you arrived. So tell me, what do you do up in heaven? All your days filled with love and light. Is there music? Is there art and invention? Tell me, are you happy? Are you more alive? 'Cause here on earth it feels like everything good is missing since you left. And here on earth everything's different. There's an emptiness. I hope you're dancing in the sky, and I hope you're singing in the angels' choir, and I hope the angels know what they have. I've been so nice up in heaven since you arrived. I hope you're dancing in the sky, and I hope you're singing in the angels' choir, and I hope the angels know what they have. I've been so nice up in heaven since you arrived, since you arrived.
There's a lot of love in your family, and together you'll be your strength. Friends, I've been invited to acknowledge and share and thank a lot of people for Jen. Jen's family would like to acknowledge and thank the doctors and nurses and staff at Gosford in Ward K8 at the Cancer Day Clinic. We convey our heartfelt thanks and appreciation for the unwavering care, love and respect shown to our beautiful Jen during her battle for her life. To the palliative care team, we thank you for your love, kindness and care for our beautiful Jen at her last stage of life. To our whānau and Jen's friends back in New Zealand, we share our loss and love with you, and be assured that Jen was showered with love and care in her final weeks and days right up to her breath, her last breath. Friends, there's grief and hurt because you've lost this beautiful and special woman. Please remember that that pain is there because Jen has touched your hearts, and for that you are all privileged. Jen loved and inspired people. She was a person who passed a part of herself to each of you, and therefore there is a part of her in all of you. And if there were more Jens in this world, this earth would be a far, far better place. Friends, we've reached our time for our farewell for Jen. And as we say our goodbyes to the one that we love, we will not say, she is no more, but will live in the thankfulness that she was. We are truly grateful for the life that has been lived and for the many ways that Jen has touched the lives of all who knew her and all that love her. In truth, no one can ever be gone from among us, and while the memory of them is cherished in our hearts, and it is the deep affection that each of you hold in your hearts for Jen, that we are assured that the memory of her will live on for many, many generations to come. Please leave our celebration for Jen today with happy hearts and happy memories, as we all know that Jen would not want you to leave here with sadness, just joy in her memory.
All of my trouble, all of my pain, all of my lessons hiding in shame. Let the world keep on turning, 'cause I have my faith. One day I'll be coming home to you again. One day I'll be coming home to you again. This man is but a broken man, and I never listen to no one. What was I thinking? Could a man be so blind? Now I'm paying the price for my crimes. Oh, all of my troubles and all of my pain, all of my lessons hiding in shame. Let the world keep on turning, 'cause I have my faith. One day I'll be coming home to you again. One day I'll be coming home to you again. Ooh, this man is nothing but a broken man, and I never listen to no one. Yeah. Well, what was I thinking? Could a man be so blind? Now I'm paying the price for my crimes. Whoa, all of my troubles and all of my pain, all of my lessons hiding in shame. Let the world keep on turning, 'cause I have my faith. One day I'll be coming home to you again. One day I'll be coming home to you again. Ooh. No matter where I've been, I'm coming home again. No matter what I see, I'm coming home again. Now I'm paying the price for my crimes. Whoa, all of my troubles and all of my pain, yeah. All of my lessons hiding in shame. You got to let the world keep on turning, 'cause 'cause I have my faith. One day I'll be coming home.